But up first, the story of how, after 130 plus days, Rahul Gandhi, at least the way now has been paved for him to return to Parliament.
आज नहीं तो कल, कल नहीं तो परसों सच्चाई की जीत होती है। मेरा रास्ता तो क्लियर है, मुझे क्या करना है, मेरा क्या काम है, उसके बारे में मेरे दिमाग में बिल्कुल क्लैरिटी है।
डेमोक्रेसी की जीत हो गई, संविधान की जीत हो गई, सत्यमेव जयते।
हम अब संसद में उत्सुकता से जनता से जुड़े मुद्दों पर श्री राहुल गांधी को और श्री राहुल गांधी की बुलंद आवाज सुनने के लिए तैयार हैं। फिर से चलेगी सवालों की आंधी जब संसद में लौटेंगे राहुल गांधी।
Conviction in law doesn't mean that he's not a convict, but it does mean that the consequences of his conviction are postponed to a future day. But he's still a convict.
All right, we'll be joined in a moment by Sanju Verma of the BJP. Supriya Srinath, national spokesperson of the Congress and head of the social media department, is joining us. Desh Deepak Verma is former Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha, and a little later on in the program we'll be joined by Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, who is the arguing counsel for Mr. Rahul Gandhi in the Supreme Court on this matter, and also by Sachin Pilot, former Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan and considered to be one of the close aides of Rahul Gandhi. But let me start with you, Supriya Srinath. First things first, yes, after 130 plus days, Mr. Gandhi now has the stay on his conviction. This paves the way for his return as a member of Parliament. But we have not heard anything yet officially from the Speaker's office or from the Lok Sabha Secretariat. Are you hopeful that Mr. Gandhi will be reinstated as MP? All right, we'll go back to Supriya in just a moment. But Sanju Verma is joining us. Sanju Verma, this is a big reprieve for Rahul Gandhi and a big blow for the BJP after having said that Mr. Gandhi does not deserve to be an MP after what he said about all Modis being thieves in his comment in Kolar in 2019. How do you respond?
Zaka, first and foremost, let's be very clear that the Supreme Court has only imposed a stay pending final adjudication, point number one. Point number two, I have been on a couple of debates on this issue, and I'm, flummoxed and amused at the same time that nobody seems to be paying attention to one very pertinent point which the Supreme Court made while putting a stay on Rahul Gandhi's conviction, with Justice B.R. Gawai saying that his utterances, his as in Rahul Gandhi, his utterances are in very poor taste. People in public life should be mature and use their words very carefully and with discretion. And mind you, Zaka, this is exactly what a three-judge bench led by Justice Ranjan Gogoi had said in November 2019 when Rahul Gandhi alluded that the Chaukidar Chor Hai jibe was actually with reference to the Supreme Court giving a clean chit to the Modi government in terms of the Rafale deal. So look at the audacity of this disqualified MP, because as we speak, he still stands disqualified with no ifs or buts whatsoever. Look at the audacious nature and the brazen nature of this disqualified MP. He's a repeat offender. And I tell you why he's a repeat offender, because there are today at least 12 cases pending in various courts in the country, right from Mumbai and Thane to Bhiwandi to Ahmedabad to Guwahati to Ranchi. And they all pertain to defamation, because somewhere Rahul Gandhi says, RSS killed Mahatma Gandhi. On some occasion, he defames Veer Savarkar. On some other occasion, he calls Amit Shah a murder accused, despite Amit Shah being given a clean chit by both the Bombay High Court and the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And then, in some other cases, he says RSS killed Gauri Lankesh. So this is a man. Please, let me complete in 10 seconds. Rahul Gandhi is a man who completely fits into the textbook and dictionary definition of who a sociopath is, because a sociopath lies repeatedly, lies without remorse or regret, and lies without any plausible reason.
Okay.
I want to ask
Let
Rahul
me-
Gandhi, you have been actually
Let-
admonished by the Supreme Court for not behaving with
Let-
a sense of discretion. Why
let-
this halablu and why this celebration?
Let me go to Supriya Srinath. Supriya Srinath, 2 points. One, we have not heard anything from the Speaker's office. What is the Congress Party's plan of action if the Speaker's office does not act expeditiously after the stay on the conviction today? And two, the response to what the BJP spokesperson said, that the court also chided Mr. Gandhi and said that people in high public office should not be making unsavory comments. Please respond to both of those.
I will. Thank you for having me on the show. It's a great evening to be here. It's a wonderful day. And I think once again it's been proven that the eternal principles of truth and justice and love will continue to prevail no matter what the government in office is going to do. That's point number one. Point number two, the meltdown that we are witnessing was expected. I think one should be gracious in accepting the Supreme Court's judgment, because the Supreme Court has shown a mirror to other courts of this country and has specifically pointed out the cases coming out of the Gujarat High Court and the orders, the lesser said the better, quote unquote. That's the Supreme Court of India, not me. The second point that I want to make here, and the point that I want to make here, is about speaking well in public life. I would believe that the court was actually talking to Mr. Narendra Modi, because he calls a married woman 15 crore ki girlfriend. He calls the widow of a martyr Congress ki vidwa. He calls, he says, please don't speak.
Evil philosophy of
Please
India.
don't speak in between.
Ma'am, one second, please. Ma'am, please, ma'am. Wait, I humbly request you, Sanju Verma ji, I humbly request you, one at a time, please. One at a time. One at a time, please. Please, I request you. One at a time. Sanju Verma ji, please. One at a time. Supriya, finish your point.
You should let the power of your argument shine through. I know your meltdown is going to happen. The meltdown is happening for many in your party. Please don't let the meltdown be shown. You know, Zaka, you can do the show. It's okay. You don't need me to be here.
No, one second. Sanju Verma ji, I'm requesting again. Please speak when it's your turn. Speak when you're asked a question. Please do not interrupt. Please, that's not how I do my debates. I kindly request again for the third time on the show. Otherwise, I will be forced to pull down your fader. Let Supriya respond. I'll come back to you and give you adequate time to respond to her. But Supriya now, yeah.
I think she's interrupted me twice. It is time you put her fader down. I request you as a guest on your show, because this is not a show where I'm going to sit here and be demeaned. So, you know, Zaka, it's okay. You can do the show without me. It's absolutely all right.
No, Supriya, one second.
Zaka, you can do the show.
One second. Go ahead. Sanju Verma ji, this is the third time I'm requesting. Let Supriya make her point. I will come back to you and give you adequate time to respond. Supriya, on screen, please. Thank you.
I understand the meltdown. I understand your foul and filthy language. I understand why one of your colleagues has to get up in Lok Sabha and threaten another MP that ED aapke ghar pahunch jayegi. I understand all of that. But India is not going to tolerate this. India is not going to tolerate injustice. India will not tolerate a flawed order, because the Supreme Court is pointing it out. And no less than the Supreme Court is saying the lesser said about the Gujarat High Court order, the better it is. So don't get me started on that. It's a good day for us. We want to celebrate. We want to say that yes, Rahul Gandhi is not just exonerated. The principles on which we are fighting stand vindicated today. On the big question that you made about people in public life, I think the court is trying to show a mirror to Mr. Modi. 50 crore ki girlfriend, Congress ki vidwa, Jersey guy. These are things that the Prime Minister has said. I think they're trying to show a mirror to the Prime Minister. It's time the Prime Minister looks into the mirror and learns a few things and doesn't heckle women chief ministers with Didi, oh Didi, and things like that. That's the first thing I would want to say. On your question about what will our stand be as far as the Lok Sabha Secretariat is concerned, the Lok Sabha Secretariat did not waste any time, and the alacrity with which they disqualified Rahul Gandhi, they need to act with the same alacrity, the same swiftness, the same urgency to restore his membership. Because people of Wayanad deserve their MP to be heard. The Congress party would want Rahul Gandhi to be heard. The people of this country, India, will want Rahul Gandhi to be heard.
Okay.
denying him the opportunity to do so
This
on
Congress,
issues of
you know.
national importance
Okay.
reflects
All right.
poorly both on the government
Okay.
and also
Sanju
on the
Verma,
Lok Sabha
Sanju Verma,
secretary.
please respond. After which, I need to go to
You can
Desh
keep
Deepak Verma.
barking.
Sanju Verma, there are members in the BJP
She
also
can
who've
keep
used
barking for all I
unsavory,
care.
who've
She will
used,
have a meltdown.
who've used unsavory language in public life.
Now, Zaka, you took her on screen alone. Now, I want the same courtesy extended to me. I want to say this. You know, when this Congress spokesperson, Supriya Shrinet, talks about ethics, talks about politeness, talks about conduct, talks about probity in public life, it's like the pot calling the kettle, it's like the pot calling the kettle black. I remember this woman abused my colleague Sambit Patra, telling him that he's a Gandhi Nali ka Keeda. And that is why on social media, Supriya Shrinet is famous as Gali Wali Madam. Gandhi Nali ka Keeda किसने
You
कहा
are
था?
fine with
संबित
this,
पात्रा को
Zaka?
आपने कहा
You are
था।
absolutely fine with
Gandhi
this.
Nali ka Keeda. Zaka, I need my time. Why is this uncouth abusive?
वो है
behavior
गंदी नाली का
insulting me?
कीड़ा वो
Why
है
is this
गंदी नाली
abusive?
का कीड़ा
अरे
No,
भैया,
one second,
गंदी
one
नाली का
second.
कीड़ा भी हो।
Both of you,
आप
can I
भी
please
गंदी नाली का
request,
हो।
let's stick to the issue that we are debating today, which is the stay on the conviction of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And I also request you, please, not to have any personal attacks. Yeah, Sanju Verma, go
No, so
go
let me
ahead.
finish.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because you gave her a free run.
Yeah. No personal
Now-
attacks and stick to the issue of the day, please. Thank you.
I'm sticking to the issue, but if she says that Sambit Patra deserves to be called a Gandhi Nali ka Keeda, I will just say Supriya Shrinet is Gali Wali Madam for a good reason, and nobody can take away that mantle from her. Now coming to your key point, Zaka, the Supreme Court has said pending final adjudication. It is a stay on the Gujarat High Court verdict. The Supreme Court has not given a clean chit to Rahul Gandhi, point number one. Point number two, Zaka, let's be very clear that even a sitting chief minister like J. Jayalalitha, when she was convicted, she was disqualified. You know, the sitting MP from Saran in Bihar, Lalu Prasad Yadav was disqualified in September 2013. You know, Kuldeep Sengar was disqualified, and rightfully so. We had somebody like Vikram Saini who was convicted of the Muzaffarnagar riots, and he's from the BJP. He was disqualified. We never said sab changasi. I fail to understand the compulsion of an electorally debilitated and electorally vanquished party like the Congress to say Rahul Gandhi, हमारा शेर वापस आ गया. आपके शेर को तो स्मृति ईरानी ने अमेठी से भगाकर, हराकर वापस भेज दिया था वायनाड. On what grounds are you saying that Rahul Gandhi coming back is everything kosher for the Congress party? Don't forget, Zaka, that this is the same Rahul Gandhi whose party got just one seat from the Lok Sabha in Uttar Pradesh 2019. And for all those anchors who say that the road to Delhi is via Lucknow, if indeed that is true, then Rahul Gandhi can have umpteen launches and relaunches. Despite the fact that he's a bad product, we are not even going there. The Congress is not going to win, nor will its I.N. alliance win 2024.
Okay.
आएगा तो
No,
मोदी ही.
let the people of India decide that. But Supriya Shrinet, quick response. I also need to go to Desh Deepak Verma. He's been waiting very, very patiently for the last 10 minutes or so. So Supriya Shrinet, please respond.
No, I'm not going to respond because here is somebody who sounds flustered, who's into name calling, who wants to fight other people's battles. Let them be man enough. Let them fight their own battle. Why do you have to come in? You sound like a moron who's flustered. Don't make yourself such a laughing joke before this country. I will only say one thing. Zaka.
Okay. One second, please. Now, again, please, I humbly request both of you, no personal attacks, and please let's stick to the issue of the day. Yeah, Supriya Shrinet.
काली वाली मैडम ये
Ma'am, please, ma'am. Yeah, Supriya.
If her fader doesn't go down, I'm not talking. I can leave if you ask me to. I'm not going
No,
to speak
please
if her
go
fader doesn't
ahead.
go down.
Please go ahead.
This is not 1970.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Modi who's the prime minister, not your Indira Gandhi.
Please,
चुप हो जाओ.
Sanju Verma ji, please. Thank you. Yeah, Supriya.
You can continue with the show. No, I'm not going to speak. Put her fader down and then I will talk.
Yeah, you're on screen now.
I will not
You're on
speak
screen now,
because you
Supriya.
can't stop her.
Supriya, please
Because
go
you can't
ahead. You're
stop
on
her.
screen now. Please stop.
You are an anchor.
Please go ahead.
You
You're
are
on
an
screen.
anchor. I expect you
You're on
to be
screen
fair.
now. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I
Make your
expect you to
point.
be fair. I expect you to speak when she indulges in name calling.
I have
She
said
is a moron who's having a
repeatedly.
meltdown on national
I have said
television.
repeatedly
Now
no
let me
personal
finish.
name
No,
calling
it's not about you
and the
repeatedly.
issue of the day. Go ahead. Yeah.
No. It's not as if she's listening to you.
Go
it's
ahead.
not as if she's listening to you. So don't
Go
take
ahead.
that high
Yes.
moral ground
Go
here.
ahead.
The reality is that the Modi government did not leave a stone unturned, hatched an entire conspiracy to keep Rahul Gandhi out of parliament when he exposed the unholy nexus between Narendra Modi and Gautam Adani and the whole scam that brewed there. The reality is that the government was complicit in finding a case. It was a fixed match where they went looking, shopping for a case where he could be sentenced to 2 years of imprisonment. If it was 1 year, 11 months, 29 days, his qualification, he would have stayed an MP. And that's exactly what the court has said. The court has questioned the Gujarat High Court, the two lower courts, and asked, why have you given? What is the plausible reason? Who is the aggrieved party here? Not the 13 crore people who use that surname. Who is the aggrieved party here? And what cases are you talking about? Those 13 cases have been filed by BJP workers all across the country. And just because you are going to sit here on your moral high horse and pontificate and sit on this pulpit, 1 second, you think just by accusing people will become liable to punishment. The reality is you are a government that's running helter-skelter. The Prime Minister of this country does not have the moral authority to speak on Manipur 78 days after the violence. When he opens his mouth, he indulges in whataboutery, and for 36 seconds he mentions Manipur. The woman you just named, Smriti Irani, can have a meltdown in parliament for all I care, but she kept absolutely mum when when people who perpetrate crimes against these women are patronized by her government. So don't you dare talk about my leader in the way you do, and don't you dare politicize anything that's related to women.
Let me go to Deshdeepak Verma, please. Let me go to Deshdeepak Verma. Once again, Deshdeepak Verma, please. Only Deshdeepak Verma on the screen. I want to know from you, sir, what is the legal precedent here as far as the Lok Sabha Secretariat is concerned? Because so far, officially at least, we've not heard anything from the Speaker's office. The only case that we can sort of go back to, I believe, was the case of the Member of Parliament from Lakshadweep, Mohammad Faisal, who again had a conviction. The conviction was stayed by the Supreme Court. But despite the stay on the conviction, I believe the Speaker's office, the Lok Sabha Secretariat, took almost 2 months to reinstate him as Member of Parliament. What is the legal precedent in such a case, and how long do you reckon it will take before Mr. Gandhi is reinstated as MP?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jacob. Firstly, let me clarify that as an apolitical person, I would state the rule position and would not like to be drawn into any kind of a political debate on this.
Sure.
You see, that one about the disqualification, the rule position is very clear that the moment the court orders come, the disqualification is automatic if the punishment is for more than 2 years, 2 years or more. So disqualification is automatic, and this happens immediately. That is why the last time the trial court's order came on 23rd of March, and 24th of March he was disqualified. Now, when this order has been now stayed by the Supreme Court, both the orders of conviction and orders of disqualification, it is obvious that those orders will have to be taken back. But there is a specific order which has to be issued by the Lok Sabha Secretariat with the approval of the Speaker. That there is no time limit prescribed, but I presume that this will be done very soon. The case that you mentioned of that Lakshadweep MP Mohammad Faisal, I think it is correct, because the last time when in March the trial court orders came in case of Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and then some people had pointed it out, and it was found that those orders have not been issued, and eventually the orders were issued. But having said that, I would like to say that this is definitely the discretion of the Honorable Speaker. And I presume that after the Supreme Court's order is submitted by the concerned MP, that is Mr. Rahul Gandhi, to the Speaker, and he in fact submits an application along with the copy of the Supreme Court judgment, then Honorable Speaker would take a call on this and he'll pass an order.
So I just want to be very
Monday,
clear.
It will be on Tuesday or maybe.
No, I just want to be very clear on what you're saying. So you are saying it looks less likely that the Speaker's order to reinstate Mr. Gandhi as MP would come in the next few days in a way that he'll be able to take part in the debate on the no confidence motion next week. I believe the debate has been slated from the 8th to the 10th. In your experience, the order from the Speaker's office may not come as quickly as the 8th of this month. Is that what you say?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not privy to what is being discussed and thought about in the Lok Sabha Secretariat.
Sure.
As I told you right in the beginning, I'll state the rule position. The rule position is that the moment the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court is submitted to the Honorable Speaker is under obligation to act upon that, and it will take a decision. It can be anybody's guess. I can't make a guess.
But there is no time limit, you're saying. It could be a week, it could be a month.
There is no time limit which is prescribed. There is
Okay.
no time limit which is prescribed. In case of the disqualification order, it says in so many words that takes effect immediately.
Immediately,
So
okay.
I'm not saying, I'm
So-
not even suggesting by any remote chance.
So, yeah, okay, I got it.
Yes,
I think you make a fair point. It's a very important clarification. There is no time limit imposed on the Speaker's office or the Lok Sabha Secretariat as far as the reinstatement is concerned. And the last big case that happened was the Lakshadweep MP, in which it took 2 months for the Speaker's office to reinstate him and his MP-ship. So I'll give the final word. I'll give the final word 1 minute each to Supriya and to Sanju Verma. Supriya, so you heard from what Mr. Verma said. What will the Congress party do if that is the case?
No, that's not the case, and with all due respect to Mr. Verma, it's important to point out here that the Lok Sabha Secretariat acted with great alacrity, and within 24 hours his membership was revoked. He was disqualified.
No,
They
he's
should
saying
act
that's the law.
Exactly with that same.
He's saying that's the law.
No, that's not the law, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you. Even the Lakshadweep example that all of you are quoting, 2 months, yes, they did not do anything. The moment Abhishek Manu Singhvi was also Mr. Faisal's lawyer, and he did go and tell the Lok Sabha Secretariat, he read saying, the Supreme Court has given a verdict, if you're not going to act, we will go in contempt against you. That very afternoon, his membership was reinstated. So the reality is, what is this, Zaka?
Oh, okay.
I mean, what is this?
Last 30
Is this
seconds,
a
Supriya.
potential?
After that, Sanju Verma, and then I'm wrapping the debate. I've got to go to the other guests who are joining as well. 30 seconds, Supriya, please conclude, and then Sanju Verma after that. Yeah.
The reality is that Mr. Modi will find it extremely difficult now to appear in Lok Sabha. He has already been running helter-skelter. The Manipur debate is on, and Rahul Gandhi, who's the only politician who has gone and visited people in relief camps, spoken to all communities, has every business to talk in the house.
Okay.
It will now be the Lok Sabha is up to test, and also the Secretariat. You can
Okay.
keep having a meltdown. You can keep acting like a moron on
Sanju
national TV.
Sanju
But the
Verma,
reality is, this country has a constitution, and we function with
Okay,
that. We
it
don't
is in
function
the
with
it is in the
chicken brain.
government's interest, it is in the Speaker and Lok Sabha Secretariat's interest to ensure that Mr. Gandhi is quickly reinstated, because otherwise they will simply turn this around politically and say that the government is running scared of Rahul Gandhi and reinstating him, and what he will say on the Manipur debate, on the no confidence
They
debate.
are. They are absolutely scared.
Sanju Verma, Sanju Verma, that question is to you. Final word. I'm wrapping up after this. Yeah.
No, because you have to take me on screen. Like
You
took
are
me
on
alone
screen. You are on screen. Go ahead.
Give her up.
I want to be the only one on screen.
Yes,
When you
ma'am.
took Supriya,
You are on
she was the
screen.
only one on screen.
Yes, you are the only one on
Yeah.
screen. Go ahead.
Yes. So now let me tell, Zaka, without getting personal, I will not call Supriya an ugly bully or a moron, but I have this to say. She mentioned about, Manipur and blah, blah, blah. Tell me honestly, has Rahul Gandhi, who says, मैं नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलने आया हूँ, has this man visited a minor who was brutally gang raped in Bhilwara? Has Priyanka Vadra, who says, लड़की हूँ, लड़ सकती हूँ, has she visited the 2 teenage sisters who were brutally gang raped? One of them is 7 months pregnant in Alwar. Has Rahul Gandhi visited the horrific Karoli gang rape victim? Has Rahul Gandhi visited the horrific Jodhpur gang rape victim? He comes and gives a bhashan on Mohabbat ki dukaan. Let me remind through your channel that what is happening in Manipur today is also a legacy issue, because an incompetent Rajiv Gandhi signed the Assam Accord of 1985, signed the Mizo Accord of 1986, signed the Tripura Accord of 1988, but did not give indigenous rights to any of the indigenous communities, be it Assamese, be it the Mizos, or be it the Tripuris. So for the Congress to sit here and give a bhashan on the Northeast, and for this ugly bully called Supriya Shrinate to lecture me on morality is a
Okay.
bit too rich.
All right.
And I just have one last point to make. The Supreme Court called out the bluff of Rahul Gandhi by saying he lacks the maturity. He has to be more careful. He's not fit to be in public life. Now take that.
All right, I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Sanju Verma, Supriya Srinath, and Deshdeepak Verma for joining us.
If you think somebody is going to say Manipur is not an issue of our times, you will let them get away with it.
I got to wrap up. I'm completely out of time. I have other guests as well. Thank you very much.